All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live with me. As you can see, I have a special guest and my business partner, actually, here with me today to chat with all of you. Once again, thank you. It's the 29th of, hold on a second. I got to turn on TikTok, guys. It's a pain in the butt. Hello. I got to start over here. Thank you for coming. We're going to talk about Onpassive, where we're at, what's going on the best we can. We'll keep it very generic because there's nothing to get twisted about. Everything's up in the open, and we're all going to do fine. One thing I want to address is, I know a lot of people are talking about, what about this, what about that, how does this work, how does that work? Listen, I know a lot of experts are in Onpassive, but do yourself a favor. Go look at the updates in the back office by Daryl Cook, Peter Serrer, and Janet Butler, Dan Street. They all combined. Read that. That's what's going on up to now. A lot of people want to add their own stuff. Don't look. Be safe. Just do it. And I want to point out something big time. Whatever you're thinking, whatever anxiety you might have, what you shouldn't, you're not being left behind. Ash stamped Saturday night. He stamped that if you're in, you win. If you listen, he said, if you come in and you buy the product of OConnect, you purchase it, that is a license to start the engine of your business and traffic that they have collected to a co-op. It's a co-op type thing. They'll start handing them to people, timestamp, who are in to win. The point is, you got to be in, you will win. Okay? And I want to emphasize something else. And Mike can fill in and do whatever he wants. Mike doesn't listen to me anyway. But anyway, no, the point is, you got to know this is amazing. Look, all the times that we watched all these videos since a year ago, March, when we had the first Burj Khalifa, and you saw Onpassive.com go up that Burj Khalifa. Anybody that looked at it or clicked on it and signed up, they're in Onpassive, and Onpassive does not have a position. They are going to be divvied out to people that are in it to win it. And as said, he's not looking at the size of your team. That would be totally against the company. Ash doesn't like that. Now, if somebody elected to pre-build, that's fantastic. But remember, if you're in, you're loyal, you did the right thing, you were positive, you didn't sit behind and badmouth this and badmouth that, why would you expect something from a company if you don't like it? But if you did the right thing, everybody knows who they are, we talk every day, you're in, you are going to win more than you could imagine. Way more than you could imagine. Okay, I got a crazy imagination, and I don't have a clue of what really is going to happen. But what I do know is enough. Okay, it's enough. And like we were talking yesterday, Michael Williams brought it up, we've all brought it up, is with OConnect alone could set you free. I know OConnect right now, I'm going to talk for myself, Mike, and Dan. We would be done. We could do it. Now, to add 500 other products in the next 5 years, and not only different products, but even some physical products, oh my God. Because somebody says, don't you look at other ways for other streams of income? How many streams do you want? Onpassive, listen, Zoom is Zoom, and all these, nothing bad. They did a good job. But we don't have one. We have 50, maybe 60. I don't think it'll ever quit. And on top of that, they're going to enhance them all the time. We'll never be behind. We're always going to stay ahead. It's beautiful. Anyway, so be ready. Look in the back office. As said, look, there's not going to be bells and whistles, a gunshot, your mark, it's set, go, none of that. Saturday night was our market set go, okay? So keep checking the back office daily, couple times a day. When you see that you can purchase, and that puts your car in motion. I'm going to turn it over to Mike because I got to go check my YouTube channel and TikTok. Thank you. Hey, Alicia McGuire, you are the best cheerleader I've ever seen. Thanks for helping me out because I have no idea what I'm doing on TikTok. Anyway, everybody out there on TikTok, I think you're supposed to follow me. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble. I'm joking, okay? And likes and all that is a good thing. And we're talking about a business. I don't care who you are out there. If you're in, you win. No joke. If you're getting tired of getting smacked around online, this is your place to be. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Mike, and I'm going to go check out my YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. And really everything that I'm going to say today is going to tie in with what you're talking about, Marty. I was going to start today with a religious analogy, and it was going to start with a question. And the question that I was going to tie Onpassive into is, was the tomb empty? Okay. Now, some of you out there know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't. But I'm not going to do that today. I just think that question is infinitely more powerful than any question I have about Onpassive. And I do mean infinitely. So I'm not going to make that analogy today. But what I am going to do, I am going to start with a question. And it's a really good question. I have no problem with the question at all. And this is coming from people, and I know emotions are just swimming all over the place out there right now. And the one question I got, and again, it's a good question. Have you made any money, right? Have you made any money with Onpassive? And my response is, well, no, I haven't made a dime with Onpassive. And of course, right away they go, aha, I got you. You haven't made a dime. And you have to understand, we are rational human beings, and you have to come to the question of Onpassive rationally. You have to think about it, use your mind. And after you have that question, you have to ask the question, well, okay, is Onpassive a reality? Is it real? Okay. And if you ask that question and you look at what Onpassive has done over the last 4.5 years, you're going to come to the conclusion that, yeah, Onpassive is real. I mean, Onpassive went to India, went to Hyderabad, 6-story building, over 1,000 employees in there that make the products of Onpassive. Onpassive then went over to the UAE. They went to Dubai. They bought 2 floors on the Burj Khalifa. What's the Burj Khalifa? A lot of people don't know that. Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. We own, Onpassive owns, and we are Onpassive, we own it, 2 floors on the Burj Khalifa. That ain't cheap. We have our logo in a metro station in the UAE. That's the Onpassive metro station. Over 100,000 people go through there. Again, that's all about marketing. We're in the Middle East, we're in Africa, we're in America. We have been approved in over 200 countries throughout the world, and we have met the requirements that the regulators have in each one of those countries. So when you look at that and you ask the question, is Onpassive real? You have to. It's just logical. You have to go, yeah, it's real. And then I get the question, well, okay, but they don't have any products. There are no products out there. And I go, okay, what you have to do is go into your OES back office. All of us are involved with Onpassive in one way or another right now. Go into your OES back office. What do you see initially? You see OMail, you see ONet, you see OTrim. Those are free products in Onpassive. They're free. You can go in and use them, and they're excellent products. All the products of Onpassive, superior technology at a lower price point, if they're for sale. And of course, the next question is that, well, okay, you got free products there, but what's for sale? How am I going to make any money? How's the revenue going to come into Onpassive? Again, you go into your OES back office. You look at the 2 paid products that are going to be released here shortly. One is OConnect. The other is OTracker. Both of those products are multi-billion-dollar niches. Are they going to be launched to the global market very, very quickly? Yes, they are. I'll get to that. So when you think about the products of Onpassive, they're there. They haven't been released yet, but that's how the revenue is going to be coming in. OConnect, OTracker, and then as Marty said, many, many more behind that. All of them multi-billion-dollar niches. And because of the technology of Onpassive, because of the products of Onpassive, above market, superior products, people are going to flock into Onpassive. Again, rational mind, you need to think what's happening, what's going on in Onpassive. And then you think, well, okay, all of that's great, but how am I going to make money? And this goes to the heart of Ash Mufareh. And when you think about what Mr. Mufareh has done, it's really in plain sight. Do you think Mr. Mufareh came on and just had a thought in his mind? I think I'll build a company today. I'm going to build a company and it's going to do this. It's not how it happened, guys. Mr. Mufareh has been in the industry for 25 years. And over those 25 years, Mr. Mufareh has built systems so that what he did online was very, very successful. And he was very, very successful. He even tried to give his systems to different people, but he found that most people, 99% of them, wouldn't do anything with them. And it's not because they didn't have the inclination, it's intimidating to create a system online and then see it work with your online business. So what did Mr. Mufareh think? He said, well, okay, nobody's using my system. I'm going to build a company where the system works for you. You don't have to do anything. The system will go to work for you. How does that work? Onpassive, they bring people in, the people look at the products, they become customers, they buy the products. Those individuals, a certain percentage of them land in your organization, you make a commission. Think about the volume, all the products we have, multi-billion-dollar niches, and the amount of people that are going to be coming in. Mr. Mufareh has thought about all of this, and as Marty said earlier, his main impetus when he created Onpassive was to give people a way forward to get that financial liberty and freedom. That is the system that Mr. Mufareh has created for us. And when you think about Onpassive, you think about it logically, rationally. Whatever your questions are, where's the money coming from? Do you make any money? How do I make money? What's the system? You know, just by looking at what Mr. Mufareh has done, it's a done deal. And the really, really cool thing about Onpassive today, we're not looking at weeks or months or years anymore to see if this thing is going to work. We're looking at days. We are days away from Onpassive launching the paid products to the commercial world globally. And that first one is OConnect. It is going to be a massive success. And I always, at the very end, I always get the question, okay, I see it. I know Onpassive is real. I think they're going to do great things. What's the commission structure? Okay. And I've gotten that question for the last 4 months. Will you come out, do a video on the commission structure and go over it in detail so we know what we're going to make? And I've told people I will not do that. And the reason I won't do that is because the commission structure that Mr. Mufareh and his team have put together is fluid. It's dynamic, and it will always be changing. I think the one thing you need to keep in the back of your mind is that Mr. Mufareh has come on and flat out told us he is going to give us everything he can. And that's over the objection of a lot of the corporate side of Onpassive. They want Ash to keep as much money as he can, but that's not Ash Mufareh. He wants to give us 50% of the profits of the revenue coming into Onpassive. It's going to be right around there someplace, I believe. The reason I can't do a compensation program for you is because it is so fluid, is because it is so dynamic. Do I have an idea of how I think it's going to work? To a certain point, but there are things in there that Ash has not talked to us about. I don't know how it's going to work. It's like Marty said earlier. I don't know how this is going to pan out for everybody as Onpassive launches OConnect to the global market. I don't know. But I do know, because of what Ash has told us, because of the heart of Ash Mufareh, it's gonna reach any expectations you have. Now, when you think about Onpassive and you think about us launching into the global market, please, 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 don't expect to be a millionaire your first day, okay? That's not how it is set up. Onpassive has been set up so over the long haul, and I'm not talking about 10, 20 years, but I'm talking about 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Over that time period, some people it'll be quicker. I don't think it's going to take longer than 3 years for most people. But in that time frame, because of the way Onpassive is structured, the way it's built for you to go to work for you, there will come a time when finances are irrelevant. You don't even think about them because your bottom line is taken care of. And that is one of the goals of Mr. Mufareh. It's what he wants to do. So whatever angst you have, whatever anxieties you have, whatever doubts you have, look at the whole picture rationally. If you do that, there aren't going to be any questions. At least there aren't going to be any questions that we can't answer very, very quickly. Onpassive is here. It's happening today. It's not happening next week, next month, next year. In the next few days, I believe all of our lives are going to change in major, major ways. So hopefully that takes some of the angst out of the, and I know most of the people here that are listening today, you're not in that crowd. You know what's happening. You're excited about what Onpassive is doing and what it's going to bring to your life, to your family, to your community. There's no problem there, and I know that. But there are a certain portion of people out there that have these different questions. But if you think about it and you look at the whole picture of Onpassive, those questions, they dissipate very, very quickly. And obviously in the next few days, as Onpassive comes out and releases the hard products to the global market, all those questions are answered. And they're answered for a lot of different people in ways they didn't think it was going to be answered, and it's all good. I want to kind of end with Dan Street. Dan Street and his wife Lila and Nick, they went up to Keystone yesterday, and their timing was perfect. Not only can they get away, but it is a celebration as to what Onpassive is doing today. And they're going to be up there playing golf and riding their bike. And they're in Keystone, which is in the high country of Colorado. Absolutely beautiful up there. I know they're having a great time. And my wish for everybody in Onpassive today that's participating with Onpassive, that in a very, very short period of time, you can do the same thing. You can get away with you, your family, and celebrate life because of Onpassive, life is about ready to get a lot better for everybody that is participating with Onpassive. And it's not going to take a great deal of time for everything to start to flow. And then, as Marty says, each preceding day is going to be better than the last day you had, and it's just going to get better and better and better. It is Onpassive. It is what Ash Mufareh envisioned, and today it is a reality. And I'm glad Dan and his family are up there having a great time, and they're seeing some beautiful country up there. I hope that for everybody in a very, very short period of time. Marty, go ahead and take it from there.
Fantastic, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, that says it all. You know, a lot of people, you always hear a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, if you go look at all the videos of where we've come from, it's worth 10,000 words, okay? They're there. Go look at it. You can't, like Mike said, just be logical about what we know. If you really look at what we know, forget about what we don't know. That is a waste of time. Why concentrate on something you have no control over? Let's look at what we have control over. Look back on the journey of Onpassive, of where we've been to today. And if you do that, you're going to freak out. I mean, there's no reason to feel any other way than a 14-year-old kid at Christmas, okay? There's no reason. And every day you open a package, the company's going to give me another package. Very smart as they roll things out and roll things out. And for people watching this, and this is where I want to talk to you, because people that are watching right now from Onpassive, they know. More than likely, if they're here, they're in touch, love them all, met thousands of people, unbelievable people, smarter than you could imagine, big-hearted people, but that's what the company drew, right? That's what happens. Good pulls good. Positive pulls positive. We don't have to like it. It's fact. It's always been that way. But I'll tell you, for anybody watching this that looks and I don't know, I don't know. It's free to sign up. It's free to take a walk and look at what Onpassive has. It's free to check it out, and then you decide. And I'll tell you what, the company has so much confidence, and so do I. So do I. That if you come in and you look at a product that's in the same realm of whatever you've used before you got here, if it's not 10 times better, you'd have to show me why. Show me why it isn't. Do it and you find out for yourself. If you don't like it, you don't have to say, Marty, I was in, it sucks, I'm out of here. Just leave. But I really, truly, since I've been online, this is my 19th year. Every time we moved ahead and you learn more and you got more skills. Now remember, I had full time to do this. Every day. And my budget was zero. Thank God Dan came along. But no, I mean, there was nothing. So we taped and glued stuff together to build things to get a system, and it worked. But the saddest thing about the journey for me before Onpassive was every time we turned over, and I'm talking for me, myself, Mike, and Dan, every time we turned over a rock, we realized, wow, here's something we didn't know. Was it discouraging? It's not the word discouraging. It's just that, we got to put our head down. We got to nail this, whatever this is. We got to get where we get it. Then when you move up, you get to that next level and you say, man, we got it. Then you get something else and this thing flips over and rears its ugly head. And you go, oh my God, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought. And I'll tell you what happened. Right before Onpassive, not right before, but maybe a year before, 2 years, when you start to realize that you're using people because you know without a doubt you're going to bring in 5 and 3 will quit. And then you say, well, you know what we got to do? We got to master bringing people quicker than they quit. And that's a disgusting business model. It's disgusting. Because companies would never, ever just take the time to do what Onpassive is doing. For one thing, they don't have the heart. Don't tell me they couldn't have done it. Obviously, it could have been done. Ash did it. But they elected not to. They were happy with 2% driving the company because they knew it didn't matter if 5 quit, long as these 2% bring in 6. That's disgusting. And when we got to the point where the skills started to show, where we could bring in people faster than they quit, it made me sick to my stomach. Because now I'm looking at people saying, I'm going to help you, follow me, fake it till you make it, make a list, get 50 no's, all that bull crap. I can't live like that. And you look at Mike and Dan, I look at them and I said, something's wrong. This can't be the way it is. It was. And I thought, man, what are we going to do? And then we talked about maybe we'll start our own business, or maybe we'll make something and build something where we can have control over it. But listen, it's not that easy. We didn't have the resources to do that. So I thought, oh my gosh, I just wasted 15 years because I don't mind the fight. I don't mind. As long as I know that the outcome could be good. It's worth the fight. Right at the end, I was like, man, this sucks. Because even if you had a half decent, even if you were good at it, the company decided to fold because they weren't any good anyway. That happened. Nothing was stable. Nothing was honest. Nothing was, and it got old. Anyway, we walk into Onpassive and we see something. Oh my God, I wonder if this is it. And I'm talking about it. And very short amount of time we said, oh, I think this is it. Next was, oh, I know this is it. And we slammed it. We tried to get as many people as we can because of the experience. Now we got to get people in here because we can finally bring people with us. And that's what happened. And I loved every minute of it, because now I was wrong again. It was better than I thought it was. I don't mind being wrong if it's better than I thought it was. And it's also better for the people that we've invited, you have invited, or if you come in today. And if I'm wrong, prove it. Costs nothing to go check it out. I want to tell everybody now, very soon, it could be happening right now, the first product's going to go up to the market for sale. If you were looking online ever, a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, and you're getting tired of being fried on a griddle and your ass looks like a cheeseburger, Onpassive is the time and the place that if you're in, you will win. And do it. Do it for yourself, do it for you. Because listen, the worst case scenario is you say, it's not my cup of tea, I'm done. You lost nothing. You lost nothing. But if you're not in, you lose. Because I don't care who you are. You want to stay in that world of MLM and all that, fine. Look. It's working for 2%. If you happen to be the 2%, go for it. But even then, I know some of the 2%ers. 80 grand a month. Living the high life. 2 years later, I talked to him. He lost his home. Because the company that he put his trust and flag and hope in disappeared. They did well. He lived up to that standard and lost everything. We have a company that built for generations to come. Go look it up. I could be full of crap. Go look it up. Look at videos. Look at what they've got. Look at what they've done. I don't have to prove it. It's there. It's on video. It's fact. Take the time. You owe it to you and your family, definitely. And to get in and take a look through us is coolzone.ai, www.coolzone.ai. But if somebody invited you here to listen to myself and Mike, go see them. Because I don't need to take people, I don't need to bring anybody in. I'm not really. But I want people in. It's the main thing, because I know this is what they're looking for if they're looking. I know it. And I don't even know you. I know this is what you're looking for. I know it would be good for you and your family. And I'll try to stop preaching right now. But anyway, but that's what we wanted to say. We were about 29 minutes. We have 495 people listening, not counting TikTok.
I'm not done, Marty. Don't hang up.
I'm not. Mike's not done. I hope you guys can hear Mike and TikTok. And if you guys know anybody in upper echelon of TikTok, tell them, give Marty DeGarmo the stream key, okay? And make it easier for me. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Mike's going back on again because something jogged his thing and now he's going to go off. That's what we do. Anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, anytime I listen to Marty, there's just 100 different ways to go. But I agree with Marty. You know, the last 15 years, they were really, really good years. They were hard years because we had to learn what we needed to learn to do a business online. But I wouldn't change the last 15 years. But here's what Onpassive has done. And remember, Onpassive is going to go to work for you. That's unheard of. It's never been done before online. But when we think about Onpassive, it eliminates that 15 years we had to take to learn to do the things that we do. You do not have to do that. You don't have to take, now chances are most of the people out there, they're smarter than Marty and I. And okay, you can do it in 5 or 6 or 7 years. But you can eliminate that time frame because of Onpassive, because Onpassive goes to work for you. And I love the analogy that Marty did when he brought up Christmas. I think it's a perfect analogy of what Onpassive is and what it's going to do for all of us. If you take yourself back to when you were 6 or 7 years old and you're approaching Christmas Day, the 25th of December, there's so much anticipation and you can't wait for the days to go by, and they feel like years. They just take forever to go by. And you go down underneath the tree, and every day you look at another present, and you see, well, is that one mine? Is my name on that one? Is it another present for me? And the cool thing about Onpassive is every time you go and look underneath the tree, there's another present there, and it's yours. And with that present, it will generate income for you, because that's how Onpassive is. It has developed and structured. And as we get closer to that date, the 25th, which is going to happen any day now, you're going to be able to go down there and open up everything that's under the tree. But here's what's really, really cool. And Marty said it. They never stop coming. It's like it's Christmas every day. Onpassive will always be putting presents under there for you to improve your future, your financial future, to give you liberty and freedom. So this is what Onpassive is. Always understand that Onpassive is not bringing you in and then putting you on an island. They're not doing that. They are going to work for you. You know, Marty, Dan, and I, we bring in people every single day now. And I want to go over just a couple of names. One individual came in today, Peter Paul Mendoza. He's from Romania. Anwar Muhammad. He's from Saudi Arabia. Manuel Niso. He's from the Philippines. Did these individuals come in because of Marty, Dan, and Mike? They did not. They came in because they saw Onpassive and they saw hope. And hope is a really, really good thing. But when you can take hope and you can tie it to the reality of Onpassive, what Onpassive is going to do for you, it is an unbeatable pair. That is Onpassive. That is what Onpassive brings to the table. And I just mentioned a couple of names. There's no way I could mention all the names that we're bringing in right now in the time frame that Marty and I have. It's impossible to do. But these individuals, they came in, they saw Onpassive, they saw the hope, and then they're realizing that Onpassive, yeah, it's a real deal, it's a done deal, and it's happening in days now. It is Onpassive. It is what Mr. Mufareh has put together. It's a marvelous thing, guys. It's an absolutely marvelous thing. As Marty said, if you're not in, come in, get into the OAS back office, the Onpassive ecosystem back office. Look around. It's free. You get some free products to use them. You get the paid products you can use for a certain amount of time. Use them. You're going to love them. And then understand what Onpassive is going to be doing for those individuals participating with Onpassive who have become affiliates. It's a wonderful thing. That's it, Marty. I just wanted to throw those two last things out there. Christmas is here.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Exactly. And remember, it's for everyone. It was designed for everyone. That's why it was put together this way. This gentleman that Mr. Mufareh, who built this, he could have done it with his family and that's it. Probably would have been less headaches. But he didn't. He wanted something. He wanted to impact people's lives. And, you know, I came into Onpassive with a family size of about 15 or less. Now I've got hundreds of thousands. That itself has paid me. That's the payment I got back. I got back the payment of watching people become the best of themselves. Because the platform that we're on, called Onpassive, is so much bigger than just a digital product or even physical products. To see somebody that would normally be introverted, not an extrovert, big mouth like me, but somebody that's an introvert, and they're the ones in the room that sit back and just listen and watch, to see them come alive, to explode because they feel safe. They feel like it's a place where they can communicate and say what they have to say. And this platform of Onpassive encourages that. It's encouraged that you be the best you can be. Sounds like the Marines, but it is that way. If you have a passion, I don't care what it is. Magnet fishing, by the way. I know if you don't know what that is, it's pretty cool. But I don't care what it is. You could come in, share that with ONet, a club you could start, and you'll be surprised how many people have the same passion. And you join up, you're together. You can, listen, you got to see what we're saying. And then judge. Because it's not like I'm saying, come in, give me your credit card, and if you don't like it, we'll give you a refund. I never said that. Come in free, sign up free, get 3 free products. AI, look around, try something free. No credit card still, you never heard me say that. And then make a decision. You don't, you do, you like, you don't like. And let me tell you something that I want to bring up really that's important to me. I'm raising my grandchildren. And yes, I'm on Facebook. I'm not in love with it. But it enabled me to invite a lot of people that are looking for something better in life than they have. And I used it for that. But as far as a safe place to be for grandchildren, for anyone, it's not. It's not. You're a click away from something you wouldn't want anybody to see, because they never verified who people are. And I hear people say, well, what about freedom of speech? I live in the United States of America. My brothers were in the military. One got killed in Vietnam. I know what it means. I know what the Constitution means. But where we messed up is, that doesn't mean you could come in and badmouth and say whatever you want and not use your name, not stand up for what you believe in. Listen, if I have something to say, my big ass is saying it. And you're going to know I said it. Now, I'm not going to go to somebody that I know they're not going to like it and irritate them and bug them. But the point is, you have so many people and creatures, I'm going to call them creatures, walk around on some of these social media sites, I'm not going to mention which ones, that are predators. They're nasty. They live in the shadows. And these bums won't even use their name when vile crap comes out of their mouth. That's not freedom of speech. You want freedom of speech? What's your freaking name? Tell me your name and you say whatever you want. See, they won't, because they're cowards. And Onpassive, ONet, just one product, here again, you got to verify you're a human being or you're somebody. And if you have a passion about something that maybe I don't like, make your own club. You'll find 1 million other people that like what you like. That's okay. That's freedom. That's what freedom is. Liberty and freedom and all that. That's what that is. People got that twisted. Well, I should be able to be a jackass and mean to people and not even use my name. I don't think the founding fathers thought of that. Okay, I don't think that was in their mind when they did it. It's sad enough that the sharpest people in government were the ones that signed the Declaration of Independence, and every day after that, we got some jackasses in there, and it's fallen downhill every day since. But you know what? The least, thank God, the ones that started it, you probably couldn't have picked a better group of men to do it. But my point is, it's safe, it's secure, there's no red tape, there's no hidden messages, there's no I got you. It's the correction to the corruption. It absolutely is. And if I'm wrong, prove it. You're out in nothing to go look at it. I'm only forcing this because I know I want people to see what I see. If you climbed up a hill and you looked over and you saw something magnificent, you'll be screaming people down at the bottom, you got to come see this. That's what we're doing. That's what me and Mike are doing. I'm going to hurt myself, so I got to get off of here. Anyway, it's 40 minutes. We did a lot. Had about 500 people. I appreciate it. TikTok, 2,900 likes. I know you ladies are going crazy. Thank you very much. Well, half of Onpassive is in there. Anyway, thank you. I'll be back tomorrow at noon for...
One thing, Marty.
Huh?
One thing.
No, hold on. Okay, go ahead, because I was going to shut off TikTok. Go ahead.
Yeah. One thing. Marty's talking about accountability and security. Number one, you're going to be talking to real people. And if someone's gotten to say if someone has something to say, you're going to know who's saying it. The next thing is the security of Onpassive. Onpassive is secure than any other platform on the internet. The security is premier to Onpassive. Never going to sell any of your information. Never gonna do anything you don't want them to do. Total security, but you have to be accountable. Show your face, say what you want to say, and then take the consequences. That's what Marty and I do every day. So that's it, Marty. Go ahead.
All right, beautiful. TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye because I'm going to do a couple shout outs. And I'm sure you don't want to hear that. Once again, Pat Parent, thank you. She's my sister from another mister, same as Alicia McGuire. I saw Lister there. Thank all of you. And if I missed anybody, the print's real small and my eyesight sucks. So put those two together, you know what that means. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow at noon. Have a blessed day.